Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hey guys, it's me, Fusion here. Today I'm going to be playing a spooky game called The Drowned Island. So yeah, without wasting more time, let's go into it. Start.
The journey from Scrabster to there was one of the worst, if not the worst journey I'd ever made.
Okay.
Unpleasant people, foul weather, and an unruly sea that just would not be at rest. Indeed, it was as if the very world beckoned me not to put my foot on that accursed rock in the North Sea. And yet I went there, despite my better knowledge. A century ago, it was said that the island simply rose up from the immeasurable depths below. And on the very same day that the islanders celebrated 100 years of independence and isolation, I arrived. It was almost as if fate had predicted it.
Okay, so far it's another visual novel game, except there's someone else reading the text, which is kind of nice, you know. The Drowned Island. What about that? Oh, this one's 7 points. I received a rude awakening as the fishing boat made for a forlorn bridge with a audible thump. This seemed to be the place where people went to go if they had no desire to be found for the rest of their lives. The Scottish fisherman who had reluctantly agreed to ferry me across from the mainland gave me a dour look with one sunken eye. We have arrived at Lad. I surveyed my surroundings. The port was little more than a rickety bridge and a couple of abandoned shacks. Steep cliffs loomed over me like giants from some dark children's fairy tale. Okay. Heavy waves crashed against the rocky shores and the scares out in the deeper waters. To think that there were people calling their home was beyond my understanding. This is it, I asked. It looks barely inhabited. This is it, the fisherman confirmed. And this is where I would leave ya, lad. Is no place for an old beach washer like myself. Beach washer, I reflected. Once my business here is concluded, how will I be able to return? The fisherman shrugged. Ain't really my business, lad. If it were to me, I would not sail within 100 miles of this wretched place. But you seem to be on urgent matters, and so I took you here. What of the luck was I asked, is there anyone on the island who could take me back to Scrapster? The fisherman shifted with discomfort and gazed around anxiously, almost as if he was worried that someone might be eavesdropping. I failed to see how and for what reason this place was derelict. Not even the seagulls desired to land. You should not stay here for too long, lad, he said. Bad place. It was not the answer I'd been hoping for, but I reckoned that I had been taking enough of his time. As for his fear of the island, I could only assume that it stemmed from some sort of Scottish superstition or folklore. I tipped to the brim of my hat a respectful farewell to the fisherman as he redid his boat to leave for sea once more. From here on forward, I could only pray that one of the islanders had a boat that would be able to take me back to Scrapster once my errand was concluded. Okay. Oh, there's some gameplay. Oh, one of the bridge posts had plain notch on it, as if systematically carved with a knife. How peculiar. Okay. As expected, the village by the port was composed of a few buildings in a state of near collapse. The shacks seemed to be abandoned, or at the very least, they gave the impression of being so. Small shacks and crops constructed from rotting wood and rocks from the stony shores spoke lanes of their decrepit state. Never before had I felt so alone in the universe. Oh, we have to check out the houses. There was no one answering as I knocked on the door. There's no one answering as I knocked on the door. There was no one answering as I knocked on the door. As I knocked on one of the doors, it became apparent that this island was indeed inhabited. Spooky. A tall figure in a raincoat appeared before me, his face shrouded by shadows. Judging by his posture and wrapped up hands and neck, he seemed to be suffering from some sort of... what? Deformity. Who goes there? He asked in a cold, hissing voice, reminiscent to that of ice breaking. Oh, we have choices? Oh no. Guess I should tell the truth. I'm an investigator from Inverness. I am an investigator from Inverness. I said truthfully. May I ask you a few questions? The misshapen Icelanders suspiciously observed me with a bloodshot eyes for a moment. The Islanders certainly seem to be wary of strangers. The reason why I'm not trying to say that is because now I butchered that like crazy, so I'm saying I'm gonna try. Ye mainlander, he said, step inside. I respectfully tipped my hat as I entered the Islander's cottage. We're inside. Oh no. I did not know whether or not it had been wise of me to be so honest with this man. A disappearance had occurred and did not exactly have a lot of people limiting the list of potential suspects if a crime had been committed. As my eyes adjusted to the dim light from one window inside the dark cabinet, I slowly became aware of my surroundings. Inside there was a hearth, a couple of shelves, a table with a bench, and at the far back a door with iron fittings. There was the faint stench of fish and moldy bread in the damp air. An investigator from Inverness, eh? He wheezed in a tone that almost sounded mocking in nature. What will bring the law to? We are but a simple folk. It is concerned the disappearance of one Edward Kerwin explained. He was supposed to have been picked up by Her Majesty's Coast Guard a month ago, but he never appeared on the bridge. The Islander snorted. Mr. Kerwin? He is our wickle, that much is for sure. Have not been tending much to the lighthouse as of late, though. Interesting, I murmured. Is there anything you can tell me about Mr. Kerwin? The misshapen man shrugged. He is a mainlander, a lot like yourself, a good man. Does not make too much noise and does not ask questions. I felt that the last statement was aimed at me. Did these islanders did not have much affection for people from the mainland. Do you know if there was anything odd about his behavior as of late? Anything that might explain him vanishing mysteriously? The islander shook his head in denial. Hardly spoke to the fellow, he wheezed. Only knew him from first impressions. But from what I could tell, he did not seem like a bad sort. So there are no reasons to suspect that foul play might have played a part in his disappearance. The misshapen man's eyes turned hard and cold. I never said that, but if you are implying that we who live here on had anything to do with it, ye would be wise to reconsider. We are hard-working and earnest folk. We are wish to be left alone. Pardon me, I said. It was not my intention to accuse the islanders of anything, but anything you might tell me would be of tremendous help if there had been a crime committed. He snored again. You could go up to the lighthouse and see for yourself, mainlander. To my surprise, the misshapen man approached one of the shelves in the cabinet and produced a small key from behind a clay platter. We have the key. Honestly, this game ain't so bad so far. The story's pretty decent, I'd say. I acquired the lighthouse spare key. I never bothered with the lighthouse myself, the islander said, but I am one of the few on the island who possesses a spare key good for emergencies. You never investigated the lighthouse after Mr. Kerwin disappeared? I inquired curiously. The islander frowned. It's not any of my darn business where the Wickle decides to run off to, but I can tell you that none of us islanders would know anything about it. With that said, the misshapen man began to move towards the door at the back of the cabin. I need to look after me old sweetheart now, but I hope you find whomever you're looking for, a mainlander. I nodded in appreciation and watched as he slipped in through the darkness behind the door, locking it behind him. While a key to the house was certainly helpful, I could not help but to feel as if there was more to Kerwin's disappearance than the islander let on. Before leaving here, there was certainly the opportunity to do some investigation of my own. Oh no! Oh crap. Okay, let's investigate this first. On the shelf, there was a few books gathering the dust. They seemed quite old, and the primary topics seemed to concern the navigation and sea life. Nothing of interest. A note tucked behind the books read as following: Drowner's Point, midnight. Do not forget. Okay. There appeared to be nothing on the other side of the iron-fitted door as far as I could see. Then again, it was incredibly dark. Yet somehow I could sense that there was something stirring on the other side. What was that? I need to get out of here. Oh god. Oh, what was that thing? What? I don't understand. I feel ill. Just what is going on this island? Okay, this game's getting creepy. You have reached the end of the demo. Oh. Man, just when I was about to get creepy, it's a demo that ends? Oh. Alrighty, let's go and quit the game. Quit. Oh no. Why is the game... Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna like freeze up. I thought maybe it wasn't coded properly, but no, it actually did close after a certain amount of time. But yeah. I'd say for being in their visual novel game, I'd say it was actually pretty good. The story's definitely pretty decent. I don't know if it's a legit story or not, but yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe for more videos, and take care. See you in the next one.